I can show them how to do it when I'm in the zone.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave. Now, it is almost 6 o'clock in the morning here in Germany, and I was not going to do any podcasting this weekend. I was going to kind of take a little bit of a break, a sabbatical, a breather, a timeout, because you know what? Sometimes you need to recharge the batteries, but there is a rule in podcasting that when something amazing happens, you go live. It doesn't matter if you have ball cancer. It doesn't matter if your leg is falling off. It doesn't matter what else is going on. You go live and you talk about it. And let me tell you, I've been getting out more and more out of football the last few years. Just have been. Football is not the same sport it was for me when I was growing up. I don't enjoy it as much. But that was a hell of a game. Not a good game, not a great game, a hell of a game. One of the better playoff games I think I've ever seen. Not overly high scoring, the refs didn't really determine. Maybe a couple more flags should have been called. But you know what? I like the fact that they were letting these guys play a little bit more than they have in recent years. And what we saw was one team simply beat the other, and it was great. Fantastic game. I mean, I hate Green Bay. I'm a Bear fan. Can't deny it. Embrace it. I'm a Bear fan. So I reveled in this a little bit more than some people will. I hate the Packers. That being said, I don't bet against the Packers in the playoffs. Why? Aaron frickin' Rodgers. That's why. Aaron frickin' Rodgers, who did not have a phenomenal game by any stretch. Hell, his fourth quarter was just abysmal. However, when he steps on the field with less than 2 minutes left in the game, I'm basically saying this game's going to overtime. Even when he goes back into the end zone and it looks like he almost gets safetied at one point, he takes that really bad sack. All these things happen. I am saying to myself, this game is going to overtime. I never for a second believed this game was over, because this is what Aaron Rodgers does, man. This is what he does. It's the same thing with Tom Brady. You don't bet against certain football players, man, in the playoffs. Road, home, doesn't matter. When it's a close game and the game is on the line and they have an opportunity, you don't bet against them. It doesn't work out for you if you do. This is what they do. They constantly come back and win football games, or tie up football games, or put their teams in position to win football games. But I love the fact that even though Aaron Rodgers puts a dagger in the heart of Arizona, who is basically popping bubbly, I'm sure somewhere the champagne was getting prepped, maybe even opened, that Arizona comes back out on the field in overtime, doesn't let that shit bother them, and go right down the field. And who does it? Oh, certified, guaranteed, first ballot Hall of Famer, Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald, who came up big over and over in this game for Carson Palmer, who had a really, really off night for him. He's kind of weighing down the stretch a little bit, but I'm thinking that this is kind of the game that will get him back into a good rhythm. This is a confidence game going into next week, regardless who they play, whether it be Carolina on the road or welcoming Seattle at home. I think that either one of these games are winnable for the Cardinals, who I really like. They've been my pick for just about most of the season out of the NFC. I never bought into Carolina. I've always been a big fan of Arizona, and I'm continuing to go with Arizona here. I like them in whoever they play next week, especially after beating Aaron Rodgers is a huge confidence builder. Are the Packers who they've been in the last few years? No, they've had a bad season. They've had a really bad season for their standards. Hell, offensively, they had one of their worst seasons under Aaron Rodgers. So this is one of those type of things where to see Aaron Rodgers come back and play the way Aaron Rodgers does in the playoffs, you know, it's as much as I hate it and I want to just punch him right in his suck hole because I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. I also look at it from another standpoint of Arizona is going to be taking this as a huge shot in the arm. I mean, this was a great game, plain and simple. Great football game that we simply just don't see. I like games that referees do not decide the outcome of. Now look, there are some plays that probably should have been flagged, especially in this day and age. They're going to get flagged. In this game, they didn't. And I think there was nothing that stood out as like, oh my God, has to get called. I mean, there were some close ones, but I really like the fact that they let these guys play. And they did. They let them play, and we saw a hell of a football game because of it. Exciting. Kept me up. I just woke up. I woke up. I was like, oh, let me check the scores. Blah, 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 blah. I had to switch sleeping positions. It's 6 o'clock in the morning here, so trying getting some sleep. I slept all day yesterday, but getting some rest. And I'm like, well, let me see this. And I turn it on for a few seconds. I'm like, oh, something's happening here, and you can just tell when something great is happening. And that's what we got. If you guys want to get your opinions heard on Arizona and Green Bay, call in now on Skype. David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA, or use the number 702-751-2902. Take your calls, take your comments, take your concerns, your hopes, your dreams, your quips, your anything that you might have to say on this game or anything in general. Call on in and we'll talk. We'll have a little powwow. But if not, I'm going to wrap this up because you can only say amazing so many different ways, and I'm not whoring here. So, if you guys have something to say, please feel free to call in on Skype or use the number 702-751-2902. If not, we'll wrap it up at that. But, let's talk a little bit more about this in depth. Carson Palmer obviously needs to play a little bit better going forward no matter who he plays because he's going to play a great defense next week. And Green Bay did not have a great defense. They were not fantastic today. They dropped multiple interceptions, a couple that should have ended the game late, to be completely honest. He's not going to have that next week, regardless who he plays, Seattle or Carolina. Either team is going to be bringing a great defense, a fantastic defense. So Carson's really going to need to be more crisp than he was today, and I think he will be. He's had a great year. I think there's a case for him for MVP. It'll probably go to Cam, but I think you can make a case for Carson Palmer. He's had a fantastic season. I'm really, really impressed with what he's done. And this is an aging team in Arizona. This is not a young buck team either, especially at some of the skill positions. So to see them do what they're doing is pretty damn cool. I've always been a fan of Carson Palmer, just always have, and I liked seeing him at 36 years old really starting to make something happen because I've always liked him. Just a hard luck quarterback. Cincinnati, then the knee, then the shoulder. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because he is so good at what he does. This is a guy, I think he had legendary talent coming out, this is just one of those guys that talent-wise, he's one of the most talented quarterbacks I've ever seen. Just a hard luck quarterback. In the other game, New England was New England. And they got the win over a very game Kansas City. You got to give Kansas City all the credit in the world. Kansas City played tough, man. They did not lay down. They got off, a little bit of a schneid there in the beginning, but they got it going. And we saw New England do what New England does. And they won this game. And that's what the Patriots do, especially in Gillette and fucking the playoffs. You don't bet against Brady, and you don't typically bet against Rodgers. So as much as I liked the Cardinals, I probably was not betting against Rodgers. So just incredible stuff going on. Great day of football. And I think football needed this because there's a lot of people like me, I think, who are getting tired of the shit in football, just getting tired of the shit. And seeing a game like this kind of restores your faith in the game. Makes you go like, this is what I want to watch. This is the NFL that I care about. This is what I like. These are the things that I remember from when I was a kid. I remember these big moments, these huge explosions of plays. This is what I remember, and this is what I want to see. So that's really exciting. That gets your blood pumping. It really does. It makes for great TV, great drama. Just fantastic. Just fantastic. So I'm really, really happy to see this game. I think it was good for a lot of us old timers who likes to see their football a certain way. Now, what does this mean long term for these teams? Arizona, I think it's pretty obvious. They are going to be riding high on cloud nine. Yes, you can look at it one way. Aaron Rodgers put the dagger of the Hail Mary, which should never happen. It happened twice for Aaron Rodgers this year. And against any other quarterback, you would be right. You would be right to say there's no reason why a goddamn Hail Mary should happen. None. But against Aaron Rodgers, it's just, you can't make the same statements. You just can't. So, it is what it is. Jeff Huffman sent me a voice message. This has got to be hysterical. Let's see what Jeff says.
Yeah, the Hail Mary make me like football again for about 4.2 seconds. And then the NFL's stupid rule that even if the first team scores a touchdown, the other team doesn't get a chance to score. NFL ruins everything. Again.
All right, we got a donation. Looks like Clinton donated $1. Hey, Dave, I'm drunk. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Clinton, for the donation. Very nice of you, good son. I appreciate that. Bubbly, 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 bubbly. Good to be drinking. Good to be drinking. I'm live. I'm telling Jeff that I played. I just played that clip. Yeah, it's funny. Jeff's right, though. I mean, there is always things that you can go like, fucking NFL, fuck you. And this is one of those things because, like, I'm actually not a hater of that. If you get the ball first and you score a touchdown, game should be over. Let's get the fuck out of here. Be done. It's over. Why continue to... I mean, look, you dominated. You dominated. So, and here he is. Here's Jeff the Huff Huffman. Jeff the Huff Huffman, you're live with Dan and Dave. Oh,
hey, what's going on?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much, not much.
That was a hell of a football game, man.
Yeah, well, the NFL ruins everything.
I know you hate the NFL right now. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's okay. Look, you know what? There's a positive here.
What would that be?
You can become a Bears fan now. There's room for you. So, I mean, just come on over. John Fox looks to be getting this team in good order. We're not moving, so come be a Bear fan.
Well, when once Goodell, Kroenke, and we'll throw Jerry Jones in there too. Once they're gone, I can start getting invested again.
You want them all to die?
Not necessarily.
No, just gone. Just gone. Whatever your
gone.
meaning of gone is, that's what I'm talking about. That's what you're saying.
Get away from a game that I like. You ruined it. They've ruined it for me.
It's no secret. I've had a problem with the NFL for a while. Even when the Bears were doing well, it's just the NFL has just really made it hard to love this game. It really has. But Jesus, this game made me love football, at least for the last half hour. I really enjoyed it, man. I did enjoy that game. And Aaron Rodgers losing always makes me happy.
Well, like I said, Rodgers made me like it for about 4.2 seconds.
How does he do that? He was off his back foot, falling down. How does that happen? Can you explain that to me?
Because he's Aaron Rodgers.
Because he's Aaron Rodgers. I hate that. I hate that explanation. Because there's a few guys who have that. Because he's Tom Brady. Because he's Aaron Rodgers. Because he's Joe Montana. Because he's John Elway. We've seen this. And because he's Brett Favre. Because he's Brett Favre. That's the one that pissed me off the most. Let me tell you. That's the one that got my blood boiling. Because he's Brett Favre. But I love the fact that Arizona came back and said, you know what? Not today. And Fitzgerald was a monster. God, that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, people were talking about his career being over.
Yeah, right?
Not too long ago. Was it last year he only had like 60-something catches and 2 touchdowns?
Was it really? I thought he saved it this season last year. It wasn't that bad.
Was it last year or 2 years ago?
That's a good question.
Whatever.
I'll tell you in about 30 seconds.
What are
I'm
you playing
surprised
right
you're
now?
still awake.
No, I said I just got home from my brother's hockey game.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. All right,
Yeah, it was
let's
just as
see.
crazy and nuts as the Blues and Habs game.
Yeah, he had 63 receptions last year. Still had almost 800 yards. I mean,
It's
the
not
last three
very
seasons haven't
hilarious.
been spectacular for him. He had a 10 touchdown season in 2013, but hasn't cracked 1,000 yards in the last three. He had 12-15 this year and 109 receptions, which, by the way, is a career best for Larry Fitzgerald. Career best 109 receptions. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah. What are you playing right now? I'm turning my computer on.
Oh, I'm not playing anything.
I thought you said you were
Yeah,
live. I
donation. I just said
assumed
I'm
you were
live.
playing something.
Clinton donated $1. Hey, Dave, my mother, Paula, loves listening to you. Hey, I appreciate that. How you doing, Paula? I appreciate that. I love when a mother and son come together and watch the copious one, Dead on Dave. No, I just said I was live because the rule of podcasting, when something amazing happens, you go live. And this was amazing. This was
Yeah, very true. Very true.
this was amazing. This was something that gets people talking and makes something worth talking about. So I was thrilled.
Get some cheap hits. Why not?
Well, you know what? Hey, man, this isn't cheap hits. I'm talking about some serious shit.
Hey, no. It's a smart move. Smart
Messed
move.
up, man. No, I'm passionate. Yeah, that's messed up. Jeffy, I feel bad for you, man. Losing a team is never easy. I feel really bad for you, man. But you did do
It's not so
a hell of a
much-
video.
It's not so much. What's that?
You did a hell of a video on it, though.
I tried.
Grand Slam 87 on YouTube. If you guys haven't seen it, you would expect Jeff to just go ape shit and punch things and swear a lot.
I'm very surprised that I didn't.
He actually didn't. He actually cut a really eloquent and well done video talking about just his passion for the team and the bullshit that happened. I think he explained it in a really good way. Go check it out, man. I think he did a really good job with this video. Check out his channel. He's always talking about stuff with the video game being a backdrop. He does a great job. Go check him out, Grand Slam 87 on YouTube, and check him out on Twitter as well at the same name, at Grand Slam 87.
Yeah, like it's not so much that the team moved. It's just the way it went down.
Yeah. Patrick Glynn asked, Dave, did you just call Mick? Did Jeff just call you the Mick Foley of YouTube? Did you call me the Mick Foley of YouTube?
No.
You said cheap pops or whatever thing. So in a way, you kind of did.
Oh, okay.
I'll take it. If I could be the Mick Foley of anything, I'll take that. That's a compliment. If I could be the Mick Foley of Red Lobster, I'll take it.
So you'll tweet a bunch of stuff that displeases you, and
Yes.
then you'll delete it right away.
Yes. Sometimes I will. I will throw my shoe through a TV if I have to. Sure. I like Mick Foley, man. People need to lay off Mick. He could say whatever the fuck he wants. Mick Foley's one of those guys. He could say whatever the F he wants, man. 101 Mr. Richmond says, wow, the refs blew it for the Packers, but good game. I don't know if they did, man. I think some of the calls that they let go were borderline. Those are the calls that make me insane when they get called, because I don't think that necessarily they're boom, flash, blatant, have to be called. And in today's NFL, they always get called. If you breathe on the guy, it gets called. They let these motherfuckers play, man. They let them play. They did not let the refs determine the outcome of the game, and I like that.
Yeah, every time you see a big play now, you're just looking in the bottom right corner waiting for the flag to come up.
Yep. It's pretty crazy. So, usually I would try to console you with losing, the Rams with, hey, you got the Cardinals, you got the Blues, but Blues probably not a team to be consoling you with,
Hey,
if I had to guess.
Yeah, that game tonight though, that game was nuts.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, Canadians had 50 shots, and they outshot us 50-20.
Did you guys win that game?
We won in overtime.
No shit.
Yeah, and they had 9 power plays to our 2.
Man, the Habs are not playing well. We just beat the Habs too. Excuse me for not being up on the Blues. I gotta say, I'm lost in Blackhawk heaven right now. The way the Hawks are playing, everyone in the NHL should be scared of this team. Everyone in the NHL should be scared of the Hawks right now.
Maybe they're just doing their best Blues impression and
That's
just
what they're
peaking
doing.
throughout the regular season
Wouldn't
and
that
then
mean
just
be
dying.
losing in the playoffs early?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be. No, I love the way they're playing. It's pretty damn. Gets me.
I don't even care.
Clinton donated another $1. Says, "Hey Dave, you are the best." Hey, I appreciate that, man. I try. You're the best around. I don't know. I finally feel energized. I haven't slept in like a freaking week. But I slept yesterday and I slept until basically I woke up and when I talked to you earlier.
Pokemon will do. That's what Pokemon will do.
Yeah, well, here's the deal on that. All of the and I'm transitioning away from hockey a little bit because, good God, that kills ratings. I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna stop the live streams on video gaming unless it's really, really exceptional. I might do one a week because it's killing me. I'm staying up all night playing fucking games. So what I'm gonna do is with people sending me games on Steam, I'm going to play them a little bit and do like a review and record it, and I'm going to put it up, and if people really like it, I'll play the game live. I'm going to take a call, too.
Well, don't you think at this point you got to finish the Pokemon journey?
Well, I'm going to finish the Pokemon journey. I'm just going to be doing it recorded. So don't worry. Pokemon journey is continuing. I'm just going to record it instead of do it live. Hey, 646, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Yo, what's going on, man? This is Cacarabia, man. I'll be hitting you up in YouTube, and I'll be calling you, but you don't be picking up the phone call, man.
I can't always pick. I've actually tried to take your number before. Every time that I pick up, you hang up. But I'm glad that you're able to call.
No, I don't pick up and hang up. No.
I swear to God, I've picked up your call. I've picked up your call, and every time I do, I don't hear anything. But I'm glad, regardless of any of that, I'm glad that you called in. I've seen you in the chats for a long time. What's going on? Cacarabia.
Yeah, Cacarabia, yeah, man.
Cacarabia. I like that.
Yeah, Cacarabia, man, yeah. But one of your moderators was telling me, just call.
Yeah.
They'll pick up. But you're doing big things lately, Dave, man. I've been following you since Cronin, man. So I know that, yeah, man, fuck Cronin.
No, that's not necessary. But he's doing his thing. We're doing our thing. There's enough YouTube for everybody. But I appreciate that, man. I really do.
That's what's up. I'm ready to ball right now. I'm smoking some ball right now.
well, you smoke that shit for me, buddy, okay?
All right, man. Don't take it easy.
Take it easy, man. That's awesome. That dude was getting high as shit.
I was waiting for him to start going off on you.
No, I know that guy. I've seen him. I knew he was not one of the trolls. Okay. When he said Cacarabia, I know that. I've seen him for a long time. He's been hanging out for a while. So I felt pretty safe on that. I got a pretty good sense of who the trolls are and who's not. So let's see. Gun Cannon. But Dave. I like hanging out with you. Well, I like hanging out with you guys too, but it's killing me. I'm dying doing these late night streams. So I've got to moderation. I've got to figure out a way to continue to do this fun stuff that I'm enjoying. But, freaking.
Hey, we're not 16 and 17 anymore. We can't do it.
You're basically 16, 17. Jesus.
I can't do that anymore. I'd stay up early in the morning playing whatever it was. Can't do it anymore.
You're 21, dude.
I can't do it anymore.
You haven't peaked. There's no peaking yet.
No, I haven't tried. I haven't really tried either.
You have. I guarantee you haven't peaked. And if you have, all you gotta do is throw in a little Advocare and you're good to go.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's all you gotta do.
Speaking of which, frugal, so
big
for my work.
Big ups to the Ginger Cannon, Andy Dalton, for being the latest Advocare ambassador. That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Now maybe you can get past the first round now.
If he gets to pass the first round next year, it's like Advocare is blowing up. It's the best. It's like it's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge because look what it did for the Ginger Cannon.
Keeps Drew Brees standing.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff. Jeff, you got anything else for me? I think I'm going to get up out of here. Nobody else is really calling in. I think that we hit everything on this game pretty well.
No, that's pretty much it.
I appreciate the call, buddy. I'm going to go wrap this thing up. You have yourself a good evening. Get some sleep. It's late. It's like midnight. You don't stay up this late.
Yeah, it's like 11 right now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're 7 hours behind me. Well, get some
got
rest. I appreciate the call, Mr. Huffman.
Tomorrow, too. So, got that.
Well, go have fun, buddy.
Will do.
Talk to you later, Huffman. That was Jeff Huffman, everybody. Jeff Huffman, the man, the myth, the legend. Check him out on Grand Slam 87 on YouTube and on Twitter. So there was Arizona beats Green Bay in overtime. In my opinion, game of the year. A lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for a little bit, talking about football and some other stuff that we sprinkled on. Next week's a huge week. We got the Royal Rumble. The Rumble. That's right. So we're going to have a big week of streaming. We're going to have a big week live shit after, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. We're going to do a live prediction show. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So it's going to be great. The next Jeremy Lynn 15 says, Dave, Denver, Pittsburgh. Denver. I like Denver. Give me Denver without some of the big weapons for Pittsburgh. I think Denver's going to have enough. Give me Denver. Give me Denver. Give me death. I'm going with Denver and Seattle tomorrow. Denver and Seattle. Make sure you guys check me out all through the week. We got all kinds of stuff. And look for the new video game stuff that I am going to be talking about later in doing later in the week. The new style that I'll be doing. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Much love. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, no, Jericho's Amber. No, it's not. Royal Rumble's next week. It's next Sunday. It's not 2 weeks away. It's next Sunday. As always, like, subscribe, and share. And if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Keep it copious, folks. We'll see you next time. Peace.